Welcome to the GameChangher podcast. It is Wednesday night, 8 p.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time, and it's your girl Nat, of course, with my beautiful sister, my co-host Nix. You on time? You on time today? And we have an amazing guest in the GameChangher lounge. We have Miss Fern Chase. How are you?
I am awesome. I'm phenomenal. A pleasure and a blessing being here. Thanks for having me.
I don't know what it is about, like, I just feel.
You just want to smile when she opens her mouth and start talking.
Let me tell you.
It just gives that aura.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I said, let me tell you, okay, so when we got a chance to finally meet face to face, right, and she started talking, I was like, I love you. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just melt. But I don't know if it's like the Caribbean accent, but you carry this whole sense of peace.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It has to be more than the accent, because there's other people with accents that just don't carry like peace. Mm-hmm. But when you come in, and when I first met you face to face, it's just like you get a whole peaceful vibe.
Where does that
beautiful.
come from?
From within. It's my core. Like, last year was a phenomenal year for me, yet at the same time, it propelled me because I went through my, what do you call it, the dark soul. There's a saying, there's a terminology, the dark soul of the night or something. That's when you know, when they talk about when the Christ went to hell and came through. That was my experience early last year. And out of that, it's one of those situations where, as a woman, and I was in a foreign land, it can make you or break you.
Do you mind sharing? Like, I think a lot of women in our audience, and you don't have to go into detail, right? Me specifically. As soon as she said dark,
Okay.
Can you give us a little bit of what that was like?
Sure. That is so. Okay, so this is the first time I'm sharing it.
Okay.
Outside of my circle, definitely not online or on air or anything like that. However, if this is what it is, then this is what it is. I was engaged to my, at the time, German fiance. We dated back in the days. We both studied in Canada. I was in my 20s, late 20s. He was in his early 30s. And after we finished, that was it. After we finished study, that was it. I went back to Trinidad to continue my TV show. He went back to Germany to figure out his stuff. And life happened. Mm-hmm. We never contacted each other or anything. Life happened. Then he pursued me a year prior. So I think it was around COVID, thereabouts. Okay. But I was not online. I just kept pulling myself away from socials and the public. And I just... Yeah. We were all going through a thing in 2020.
Yeah.
And if we went through that thing and came out the same, then we need to go back.
Right.
I'm
telling you, no, that's so right.
Right?
You should not have come out that the same.
Not at all. Not at all. So, So, he reached out to me via socials. And again, I'm not on, so I didn't check it. I saw it a year later.
Wow.
Which would have been the ending of August, the beginning of September. In 2022.
Okay.
So I answered, and then he answered, and conversation, digital conversation ensued. And he wanted to connect with me and speak with me via Zoom or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, fine. It was supposed to have been the Saturday. That didn't work out. So he's like, well, how about the Sunday? Now, me being who I am, I look at dates, I look at time, I look at numbers, I look at flow, I look at how things flow. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it was 9/11 that day. That went over my head. Because, you reconnected with someone that you dated from since back when. So you guys are, you're hitting it off. And updates, well, this is what has happened in life and this is what has happened. Long story short, by the following week, he was so, and we both were enthralled with each other and growth and whatever and whatnot. It became a thing again. Now, I will say this to you women. be careful of the familiar past. The familiar past does not necessarily mean you go back there.
Jesus. Yes.
Yes?
Oh,
that hit
my
me
goodness.
in the Shana. That hit me.
In your core, and you
Yes.
felt your core vibrate,
Oh,
right?
my
Now,
goodness.
the core, we're going to come back to that core now. So we started with the core, we hear the core. Oh, trust me, we're going to end with the core. Check this out, and this is
You see
why.
why I love.
You see me like I'm eating everything.
Yes.
I'm like,
Yes. Okay.
When you protect your core and you know who you are, no matter where you stand in this world, no matter what country you stand in this world, in this beautiful planet we call Earth, your core must not be moved. My core was shaken. At which point I realized, oh, girl, you got some Lucy's up in there. So when certain things happened in Berlin, I was excited. I flew in December. I was supposed to come back in March of last year. Because, he says, Fern, come meet the family, see if you like it, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, I know I would like it because I worked in Germany before. I visited Berlin, but I lived in Bad Geindesheim, which is an old spa town, and we worked in Hanover, one of the cities. It was the 2000 World Expo. So you know what they do with the World Expo. Turn it into a nice little world. Fast
She
forward.
said, you know what they do at the World Expo. Me and you were like,
no.
Right? Turn it into a nice little world.
okay, okay.
So like when you walk through the
We're like, we know
Caribbean.
what they do in Atlanta.
We know what we must do a World Expo one day,
Yeah.
I'm down.
ladies.
Yeah.
Serious, yeah.
Please.
Yeah?
Yes. Open
I'm
that
up for
world
it.
us. Okay.
Beautiful. My mind. We'll talk after. But yeah, that we must do. So fast forward. So I knew about Germany. Like I said, I lived there. Visited Berlin. I said, I know I would love the place because I'm a traveler. Out of 6 children my mother and father had, they spent a year and a half in Grenada, did rudeness, and I was birthed. They decided what they decided, and I was birthed on the mission field. So my deceased grandfather used to call me Paperfoot. Where Paperfoot gone? Because I'm always out and about. Now everybody's like, even up to this morning, I'm talking to someone and they're like, what part of the world are you in now? The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and as a child of the Most High, it is just my right. And that is how I went through life, right? Because you're going to hear countries and it's like, how you help? That's why, because that's been my mindset.
Right.
So, folks will go, aren't you afraid you don't know anybody? I know myself and I know who has me.
Okay.
It's really simple. That's just me. So back to the dating, yes?
Yes.
The familiar past. Stay away. When the familiar past presents itself in your present, it's for you to remember where you're going in the future. Take the lessons learned in case you forgot, because time has a way of doing things. So when it presents itself again, you're like, oh, I know you. You look familiar. I learned this and this and this, and I know this bag of tricks too while you're at it. If I had to go through what I had to go through for this moment and for other women and girls, then so be it. Because I remember imposing a 21 days gratitude program on myself when I came back. I was that broken. Because he turned like a leaf. Let me put it that way. Things were great. And when the realness of life started to set in, I am here, we're doing this, and he began to realize there's more responsibility because he also had a teenager on his hand and a tween on his hand, the boy and the girl. Divorcee. So you had that to deal with as well. I didn't have any issues. All I kept saying is, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
The way things happen, like he saw me in a dream and he shared that with me and I'm like, that must be God. And then one of my old mentors, God rest her, she's the one that opened the door to media for me when I was 18 going on 19. She heard my voice and she was like, you belong on radio. Yeah, and that is what opened up my whole broadcasting media journey. He saw her singing in the Baltic Sea, in the Baltic Ocean. So there were a lot of spiritual signs. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm on the right track, innit? This be doing this. God is showing him stuff. God is
Right.
showing me stuff.
Right.
I asked for certain things and it's showing up in the embodiment of this beautiful German man whom I dated back in the days. But you see, you have like this beautiful glass here. It's a new glass. You poured new wine into it.
Right.
Even though something may look new, because you look fine.
She said he looked fine.
Fine. You know, you look
Yes,
fine. I'm
yes.
like, life has done you nicely. Externally is one thing. Internally, you have spiritual, you have emotional, you have mental. There are certain things that you cannot see nor touch in that person unless time unveils. And time started to unveil in a short space of time. God was like, daughter, you have things to do. I'm going to just ruffle it a bit. It will hurt, but you'll be all right. And woo, let's just put it this way. One of those mornings, I found myself walking in one of the largest of parks in Berlin. It was beautiful. From the morning till the night, 8 hours. Walking through the park, it was a cold winter morning. Crying and asking God, why am I here? Because this is after a stern conversation we had, an exchange of words. And I'm like, why am I here? I got all the signs. He got signs. Why am I here? What are you doing? What am I doing? And I'm walking this park for hours. It was that big, I even got lost.
Wow.
But for the first time in life, I felt myself lost, and it was the most uncomfortable feeling. I've never been lost. And I felt myself lost in my own skin. And it was one of the most uncomfortable feelings ever. I don't wish this, not even upon my worst enemy. And this is when I heard your core. You cannot allow anything and anyone to rattle your core. Your core must be so, one, empowered, two, founded upon the foundation that you stand on. You stand firm on your square. When you stand firm on your square, knowing that I have your back, your core will not be rattled. And I was upset with myself because I allowed my core to be rattled. And I told him that, I said, you're the only person in life that I've allowed to get past a lot of walls and into my inner core. Just the core, just the inner core, and rattle it just a bit. It doesn't matter who it is. You have to, woman, guard your heart, guard your mind, guard your spirit, guard your ears. Because he who has your ear has your future. Thank God I have a lot of recordings. I could do a show of it. Who would be very quick to deny things. I never said. The first denial came when I came back to Atlanta. I went, okay. And I didn't, whoop.
You're not hurting it, so it's okay.
And I didn't dive into depression yet. Because I was waiting. You know, because you go back to Atlanta and da-da-da and da-da-da. Okay. I was waiting. I was waiting on the move of God. I was waiting. Certain things happen, and I, for Renata Chase, made up my mind. Though God has given us a free will, I made up my mind because I'm like, I can't say yes to that. It is imperative that the man that God places me with, because, in the scriptures it talks about a man who finds a wife, not a woman who finds a husband.
Right.
So the man that God places me with, the man that he sends forth, and we happen to cross paths, whenever that is, that he's sound spiritually, not just in saying it, not just in having speaking engagements and so forth. I mean, I'm speaking about sound spiritually.
Yes.
Right.
That covering is very important. I can't have a man cover me who doesn't even know how to cover himself.
Ooh, child.
I'm just saying.
Say that again.
He
for
said
the people
louder
in the
for the
back.
right.
For the back.
Right.
I'm just saying. You know, it felt great to hear him say that to me. I want to cover you. It felt great. I was like, oh my God, this is, ooh. But saying it and doing it, you can say something, because we have a lot of sayers out here, but we don't have much doers. And it has to line up. It must line up. And this is why it's imperative that we women, God blessed us with a thing called our gut instinct. The men have it too, but that's sixth, seventh sense. I call it the sixth, seventh sense. Sixth, seventh sense. Sixth, seventh sense.
Intuition.
That will never lead us wrong. We were made specifically with that extra unction built into us. It will never lead us wrong. And when my spirit said to me, when I started to see this man morph on that Sunday afternoon in the kitchen, I was like, I cannot say yes to this. What is this? No, 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 no. Hence, being propelled into a state of confusion for a few days, hence ending up in the people park for 8 hours walking and talking to God. And then I just decided to be silent and listen. And that is when I got your core. Nobody could, this your core. You allowed him so far in, he got to your core. And your core is the holy place. Ain't nobody could come there but me and you. No matter how much you love a person, there is that sanctuary, there is that special place just for you and the Almighty. Just for you and the Creator, no matter how much you love a person. There is that space that is just for you and the Creator. That's it. You could call it the space where the Holy Spirit resides, whatever you want to call it. That is a sacred space, literally, for you and your Maker. That saved me. I had to hold on to that. And I had to hold on to that download all the way to Atlanta. I held myself. Stopped in Miami, nighted over by some family, and had to smile through the whole thing. Well, you just came from da. Some of them knew him. Had to smile through the whole thing. Because again, remember, I flew back not knowing, though I knew that was it.
Yes.
I still wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. As a man, because you came to pursue me, so I want you to break it off. I knew it was done. Because even in the narrative and speaking in some conversations, I would ask, because we women know,
Yes.
are we breaking up? And it'll be like, no, of course not. But you didn't have the balls to say.
Yes.
Which is what that was. So when I came back to Atlanta, I remember 3 mornings straight. I'm getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning during the matty hours of the morning. And I'm seeing this man. Now he's 6 foot something, but I'm seeing him tiny, naked, covering his private area, covering his family jewels. 3 mornings straight. And I said, God, what is this? But before I see that, I'm crying obviously. I'm crying every day, crying till I have no more tears.
In your dream?
I saw it in my dreams.
Wow.
Because I'm asking God, why doesn't he come clean? He needs to come clean. I know it's over, and I know he wants to break it off. But he doesn't have the balls to, but he has to, because he's the one that pursued me.
Wow.
On the 3rd morning, just as the Christ rose,
Wow.
in my dream he came. This time he was taller, with a pants on. So he no longer had to hide.
Right.
And I said, do you have something to say to me? And with tears he says, it is over. And he apologized. It is over. I am sorry. And I said, that is all I needed to know. I knew this is my dream, my dream state. I knew it was over. I just needed for you as the man to come and tell me this. And you as the pursuer, because I didn't pursue, I was minding my business.
Yeah.
Your girl end up in Berlin. Sign my car over to my mother, see if you want to sell it, whatever.
Wow.
Listen, I made moves, give stuff away, I made moves. Because you know us women, when our heart in it, our heart in it.
Yes.
We don't do 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Guess what my takeaway was from all of that? In as much as I felt beyond heartbroken, crushed, because I thought that was it, my life partner. Oh my God, ooh, ooh. My takeaway, I was able, and I am capable of loving again.
Wow.
Before he came around, I didn't know I could love again. I'm being straight up and honest. I was so gung-ho on my mission, my purpose, and children. Not my other people's, but you know.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I was focused on. And then he comes. He had to come for two things. One, shake me out of the corner that I was in, because I was settled in a corner.
Okay.
So much so that folks were like, why are you hiding? You're supposed to be out and about. Why are you hiding? Why are you not on Oprah yet? Why? And I'm like, yo. Because media, like I say, is my thing, was my thing. It was big out there. My last big gig was Super Bowl for wireless. And that's for the Caribbean and South America.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I have nothing to say. And if I have nothing to say, I am not going to sit. That's it. Because the air, I understand what the air holds. When you have that spiritual understanding, and even the understanding beyond that, every word that comes out of your mouth, you're responsible for that. And in this afterlife, I'm going to be held responsible for every word that comes out of my mouth. I want it to be a pen, not a sword. I want to write life, not cut life down.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, I good in my corner here. So God was like, you know who could rattle her cage? And boy, did he. Torsten. Let's send in that German. Let's send in the German fleet.
That tall, sexy.
Yumminess. Yeah, but you see, when a person's mind is no longer sexy, and their mental and their spirit is no longer sexy, and their energy is no longer sexy, I don't care externally what you look like. It's a turn off the end.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
Yeah.
That's so
Those
true.
were my two takeaways. My two, I can love again. Because I felt like a teenager. And I was 50 then. I'm like, wait, hold on, this is happening to me at 50. Hence the depression, because I didn't hit 51 as yet. July 16th, that last year was when I hit 51. Hence the depression, because it was like, this is embarrassing. At 50, I'm a broken heart. What? At 50?
Yeah.
Is you serious?
Let me sit with you.
So how did you turn around that depression? How did you get past?
So, after the okay, so remember I said the 21 days of gratitude?
Yes.
Okay, I was crying every day since I came back, and I said, God, I need to do something more. No amount of prayers could help me at this point. That's how ripped up I was. And all I heard was 21 days of gratitude. It's going to be painful and it wouldn't make sense. I have to thank you through this pain? I have to thank you for what?
Right.
Through this pain?
And for this, and like, help me understand.
So my youngest brother, 6 of us, so Weston is the last, he did a tour. He used to be with the Marines. He's with the Air Force now. He did a tour in Iraq. And he bought prayer mats back for everyone when he came. So I held on fast to my prayer mat. I pulled that baby out, dust it off, lay down on the ground, lay down on the ground.
I'm on with my dude.
Lay down to the east. At 5 in the morning, got up, went on my knees, lit my candle, a white candle. I had Psalms on this side, the left, and a journal with blank pages on the right.
What's Sam's?
The Book of Psalms.
The Book of Psalms.
Sorry, the Book of
American.
Psalms.
I'm sorry.
The Book of Psalms.
Okay, so Psalms and journal. Okay, so I'm about to,
right? 5 o'clock in the
paint
morning.
this whole picture for me.
Listen, it worked. So I'm like, okay, God, it's not tears. What we doing here? At 5 in the people morning. I love it. found myself laying prostrate on the people mat before God. On day 3 is when I started to get downloads. I did a gratitude. Attitude is my gratitude came out of that. I did an attitude of my gratitude journal. I did an attitude of my gratitude. I did several books. Maybe 2 is published. I did it on Amazon.
Okay.
I did several books came out of those 21 days of gratitude.
Wow. You went into labor.
Oh, I went into labor. Oh, I went into, and I'm talking like 33 quotes on gratitude, morning meditation, 33 quotes on stuff like that. I went into labor. I was just pelting out children. Pew, 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 pew.
I love it.
And that was my saving grace.
Wow.
My mother, God bless her soul, she is a natural health consultant. And she was there for the 21 days. And she said to me, because I couldn't eat. I couldn't leave the room for the first 10 days. I was so...
Broken.
Yes. And we women know that. We understand that.
Oh, yeah.
You can't move.
Yeah.
So all that could go down is liquid. So she would bring me tea. She would bring, when I started to get a little stronger and stuff and go down, she would bring me soups. And then then salads and fruits. So it built. But she took care of me for the 21 days. Certain days she wanted to just come in and hug me, and I'm like, I will break. I will break. Because you know what that does. I said, Umi, I really want you to hug me, but I know I will break. This is the first time in an hour I'm not crying in an hour. It was that bad. It was crazy. But gratitude and the power of gratitude and the essence of gratitude and the energy of gratitude is what got me through.
Wow.
Now I'm at the end of the tunnel. On the other side, I can say to folks, gratitude. It's okay. It doesn't make sense, but it will. By the 6th or 7th day, it'll just keep coming. Keep coming. It will make sense. You know, in the scriptures, it talks about praise me till. It doesn't say praise me if you feel like it till. It says praise me till. Praise me through it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, gratitude and I became good friends. Look at that. Look at this.
Right.
Look
So
at this.
that's a great segue, because that's what that's what your company is.
It is.
Basically
Yeah.
about gratitude. That's what it's called.
In 2019, sorry, I registered myself and my brother. We registered our 501c3 here in Georgia, called Chihao Inc. Yeah, it starts with a Z. I went into the meaning of. I like to be little artsy at times, you know.
It sounds Asian almost.
It is.
Yeah.
And Chihao, it represents in Chinese strength and exuberance and vibrance. And I'm like, I love this Chihao Inc. Most of our meetings we spent breaking down the pronunciation, the name. I am like, God, is this even making any sense?
I'm telling you.
So
Can people spell it?
that too.
Can they find you?
That too. So
Can they
I'm like,
pronounce it?
listen. So things happened, life happened, and then when last year happened, I said, that's it. There's no more Chihao Inc. I'm not even starting from scratch because we got our tax exempt certification and all of that. So you know, I'm like, name change, Gratitude Inc. The end of the beginning.
Yes,
Right. I was just thinking that.
Yes.
The end of the beginning.
Yes. So there are beginnings even though there are endings.
Because literally the doors have to close in order for doors to open.
Yeah. Yeah. And boy, oh boy, doors have been flying open, ceilings have been moved.
Yeah.
The Most High has been doing some great and wondrous stuff. Now, I remember being back to Berlin. I remember that Sunday I broke down, being in that apartment, crying out to God. And the only thing I could see, 2 things. There are other women. I am going through my stuff.
Yes.
But all I can see is there are other women worse off than you in different parts of the world that's not their home. I started crying more. I'm like, God, how can I help them? I am going through my stuff. I still need to buy a ticket to get the hell out of there. But I'm going, God, how can I help them? Then I'm like, okay, are there any embassies or consulates where people are is in a position or disposition such as this, they can reach out and find a way to get home?
Right.
No, there are no programs for that. So I'm like, oh, ping.
Yeah.
But I'm going through my stuff.
Yeah.
Then I started to see black faces and brown faces. I said, but children and young people black faces and brown faces. And I'm like, what is this? 3 nights straight in Berlin. I'm like, what is this? Because there isn't many of that in Berlin. So I said, is this Africa? Is this the Caribbean? Because I'm also in talks with Africa to do some programs there as well. So black and brown faces, children and young people, a sea of them. So I'm like, well, God, what is this? What is this about? Now, I know it's a major part of it has to do with me teaching gratitude. And I'm a very creative person and I'm always solution based. So I find ways like Tetris and puzzles and stuff is my thing. So I find ways to be creative in solving problems. So I'm like, something like gratitude, because the generation today, they don't know that. They don't know what that's about. So I even started with the children in my family. So when the summer came, I was like, okay, being around children strengthens me. I love it. Their purity, their energy, their innocence, it strengthens me. You don't have to, what they say is what they say. You don't have to worry it's a double entendre or nothing like that, right? So I started with the children in my family, and I did the Attitude of Gratitude canvas, and had them paint. And while we were painting, I was doing the whole, so what is gratitude? I don't know, Auntie Fern. Okay, well, let me teach you what gratitude is. Now everybody's saying gratitude. Everybody's into gratitude. Everybody's the whole, be grateful or have gratitude, as opposed to whining. Whenever they start to whine, I'm like, what about gratitude? Okay, 3 things you're grateful for. So I also developed this thing called the gratitude circle. The gratitude circle, which is something you can, please, feel free to use it, ladies. Whether you're opening or you're closing an event. What are the 3 things you're grateful for? That's it, just 3. 3 is the number of communication, as we know, and completion. You can't go wrong. 3 things you're grateful for. In the moment, today, this month, this year in your life. You have different categories in which you can, and it works like a charm. For me, one of my medicines was 11 minutes past, because they say 11 is the angel number.
And it's so funny because my friend texted me
11.
It was 111.
There you go.
And he sent me the screenshot.
All right.
Today at 111 of his phone.
And do you know I had you down as 111 for the children to interview you?
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. We said when I realized, no, they're setting up. So, but that's what, and the parents got that agenda and everything. Oh, so they have an interview at 111 today.
Yeah.
Those numbers are very important.
Yes.
So 11 minutes past every hour, starting at 6 in the morning, my alarm goes off every hour on the hour at 11 past. And all it says is gratitude. And I don't tell people to do it, but when they realize, especially children, Aunt Fern, your phone keeps going off. I said, yes, it's my gratitude hour. And I put my right hand over my chest, and I say, I am grateful, I am thankful, I am gratitude. That's it. And I keep it moving. If I'm out and about and I don't want to say it out loud, I literally just do this. And I say it internally. So my little 3-year-old niece, one of my nieces.
Feeling that too.
She was feeling it. Please do. I am sharing.
I'm like,
absolutely. So her name is Callie. Callie says, Aunt Fern, what are you doing? She's 3 going on 7. Yeah. I said, oh, Aunt Fern is doing her daily gratitude. What is that? I said, well, 11 minutes past every hour, you're going to hear my alarm go off. And I put my right hand over my heart, and I said, God, I am thankful, I am grateful, I am gratitude. She says, oh. Alarm went off the following hour. She goes, Auntie Fern, gratitude. I went, yeah. She says, put your hand over your chest. I said, yes, okay. And I said, she said, say it. I said, okay. Yeah. And I said it, and as I'm saying it, I'm hearing the little voice. I am grateful, I am thankful, I am gratitude. And when I look across, she has a little hand on her heart saying it. And she started to do that. Back to Atlanta, my little cousins, in the Caribbean, when they're small, they call you auntie. So that's what's going on.
I hate when I'm at the bar and the grown men call me auntie, and I be like, dang, I'm out of age.
That part. When I went in 2020, that started to happen to me. 2020, I look around. The first I say,
Who are they talking about?
me?
What?
Yeah, and watch me respectful, bless them, eh? So you can't even afford to be upset.
Right.
Because they're so respectful with it.
Right.
You want to
up,
really
auntie?
take a girl. I'm like, calling me no auntie.
That's hilarious.
And I was dyeing my hair then. I'm like, you know what? Just let it go.
I'm telling you, it's cool for the children, but when you
When they
you grown
grown,
and single and you have to buy, you
auntie,
be like, what's
and
up,
the heavy
auntie?
voice, what's up, auntie? No, why? No.
I'm trying to be something different. But okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's when you exit stage left.
Right, right.
It's just like, I'm done.
Seriously.
So those are one of the things that I created that helped me through that.
Okay.
And I want to pause there for a second because I want to really hone in on the importance of you expressing that gratitude
Yes.
out loud.
Yes.
And not
Internally.
Because there's definitely a difference
Yes.
between like thinking something and
saying
saying it.
Yes.
There's just something that resonates.
Yes, because the voice has that power, because in Genesis 1:1, the earth was without void. In order for us to be here and everything to be here, it had to be spoken. This is the power of our voice.
God said.
That is why God said, whom, by the way, he created us in his image and likeness. This is the power that we hold. This is the power that we have. And you know this. The lives we have today is because we created it. We can't be pointing our fingers at pew, 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 pew. Nobody. Pew, 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 pew.
Yes.
We created the lives we have today.
Yeah.
And some of us by mistake. Some of us subconsciously, because we did not understand the effects of speaking it into our lives, speaking the words into existence,
Yes.
and even allowing people to speak it on behalf of us.
Say that
I
again.
stop people. I am like, stop. Where you going with that? Because you see, we have different gifts, right? So I could hear certain things before it even come out. Not all the time, so don't be spooked.
Right.
This is a God energy. This is when he decides.
Yeah.
So it's not like, I can do it at will. I am hearing you. No, no, no. No, this is all
I'm
God.
like,
So protect them toes.
right.
So the power, we have the God DNA in us. The children go, Auntie Fern, why you do like this? I said, all I have to do is like this. If you don't understand that, then I don't know. We have the God gene in us. It's facts. It's scientifically proven. They've been looking for this God gene for years, and they finally found it and kept it quiet because it's only the black race has the God gene. Don't let me get scientific here on you.
Okay, we want
Science
you to
and
get
spirit.
scientific.
Hey.
Wow.
Yeah. This is why they use us for rap, R&B, hip hop. Because when my fellow brothers and sisters speak and or sing it, it manifests. You really want to kill us out like that? The other races, when they sing it, it is not as potent, nor is it as powerful.
That's true.
Okay. It's just facts.
Yes.
It has nothing. I am not here to give my opinion on nothing, because everybody have a nose, and that's what the opinion is, like a nose. Just facts, stats and spirit.
Goodness gracious. Let me tell you something. I think this has to be like my favorite sit down chat.
I love it, really.
I'm
I love
telling
it.
you, because the genuineness, of your heart.
That's all I can come with.
Yeah. And then I feel it. So, because even through still like with gratitude and, I try to pay attention more. I went on vacation recently, and I sat out on the balcony, and I was like just staring out. I was on a cruise, and I was staring out in the water. And I think I just went down through like probably about 40 minutes of just rambling off things that I'm grateful for. I mean, it was from the water, from the just different things that my eye spotted.
That's
you know what I
awesome, and
mean?
what is a witness? And how much percentage of water we made up of?
What, 75?
Yep, over 75,
Over
close to
75.
90.
I was about, yeah, 90-something%. And it was just like, and I think where I'm so appreciative for this conversation
Yeah.
right now is because there's a lot, it's a season of growth.
Yes.
Right? And in this particular season that I'm in right now, it's a lot of positive things.
Yes.
But then the devil will come, and and when you say it's familiar faces, it's not new faces. It's
Familiar spirits, familiar faces, familiar
that
energy.
try to attack at such a time as this.
Yes.
And when I tried to shut down, this from an argument happening, I had to literally stop and go into just like gratitude conversation.
Yes.
And I probably know that the messenger on the other side of those text messages was like, oh, this heifer crazy. Because I done just went, you know what I mean?
And that's okay.
And I'm
you see,
just
what
like,
you
I
did was
gotta-
that character in the book of Proverbs. When they aggravate you, what you did was, instead of pelting them with stones, you just pour kindness on their head.
I pelted a few stones first.
At
And then I
least you're
came back.
honest. At least you're honest. You slipped.
I
You
did.
slightly slipped
I
off of
did.
your
I
throne.
did. I
You didn't
did.
come off altogether.
And I came back.
So you went back and you
I
fixed
had
your
to
crown.
adjust.
You
I had
fixed
to,
that.
yeah, I had to make some adjustments and corrections. but because I'm like, don't push me to that point.
Right.
But when I saw it getting pushed, and I was like, you're distracting me.
Right.
In
Okay.
this season
Okay.
that I can't afford the distraction.
Okay now.
That's what it was.
All right.
And I was like, no. I can throw some bigger rock. Like them stones would be like
Some boulders.
I could throw them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was like, Nat, what are you doing? Because right now God is using you for something different.
Boom.
And so that's why I'm just like I'm really grateful for this conversation right now, because it
Yes.
just gives me the ability to see the maturity
Yes.
where I've grown.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I got to say I'm grateful for that.
Okay. There we go.
You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to drop all kind of bombs. FB. I mean, it's just like you.
Yep.
But then I'm
IG, all of that. Twitter.
It's just
Sorry,
all-
X. What was
Right.
it?
I was trying to just. But like now,
And
I'm
that's
just
okay.
like,
Because events like that have to play themselves out for you to see how you've grown and how much you've grown.
yeah,
You would have never known if those boulders weren't passed your way.
yeah.
And in that moment, to know that you were able to pull out that very powerful energy source, gratitude, in the midst of all of that, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You did good. You passed. You passed.
Check.
Check.
Lord, okay, here's tomorrow.
Right.
Pass the test for today.
Yeah.
But no, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
So, okay, so now this is, I mean, we could sit here for like hours and hours.
I know.
Okay. So I want us to pivot to, we've designed Pursuitopoly, this game. And so GameChangher came from,
You'll design this?
Yes.
That is cool.
yes. So Pursuitopoly is just like in pursuit of success.
Yes.
This woman, this GameChangher, is really working hard to find that balance between faith, family, and self. Right? And I was telling Phoenix, when, it took us a while to come up with the name. I knew the concept. I knew what I could see, where I felt God gave me the topic. And then we went back and forth for a long time trying to name it, right? And but the biggest thing was to the women that we come in contact with is to let them know that there's other women out here that still have to, that need help, assistance with just trying to stay. I love God. I still want
Okay.
I love my family, but I know I've been guilty of putting my work before God and my family. I fell into a black hole
With that.
putting God last, putting my
Yeah.
work first.
And just having the just being challenged with trying to find that harmony.
Right.
You know, like you
Yeah.
said, with
Balance.
the
Work,
family, the kids,
God,
work,
home.
Yeah.
yourself, your
Yeah.
faith, your health. It's challenging, especially because as women, we tend to take on so much, and we tend to have a hard time saying no when we should, right? And we tend to be just the Shira. We're Shira.
Yeah. Yep.
We can do everything. We're
Yeah. Yep.
Wonder Women,
Yeah.
but at what cost?
Boom. That's it.
And we lose a lot. We lose a lot in the process. But now it's time to just really say, you know what? If I can find that balance, find that harmony, and how I can just be a better me
Yeah.
in pursuit of success.
Yeah.
How I can have a better family, a wholesome family. And I want to say, shoot, gratitude is probably where it needs to start.
But I
needs
was
to
literally
start.
about to tell you that.
Gratitude is
Yeah.
where it needs to start.
Like when I wake up on mornings and I open my eyes and I understand what you're saying. Now, especially after last year. Last year was my game changer. And my game changer was gratitude. Heartbreak turned into gratitude. That was my game changer last year.
I love it.
So I would back you 1,033% in saying gratitude is where it's at. Gratitude is where it's at. What I have shared with you, like we don't go through, and I was sharing this with you the other day, we do not go through what we go through in life ourselves. That's why we go through it. We go through for others. Because trust me, there are others back there coming. And some of them stuck in that tunnel right now,
Yes.
waiting to hear our voice saying, you got it, sis, you got it, just keep coming, just keep coming, just keep coming. Trust that inner feeling within you and just keep coming. You can't see the light, but you can feel it. If you close your eyes, you will feel the illumination from the light. You just keep coming. Be on that side telling them, come on through.
I'm so quiet, honestly, and that's really what we want the premise of this podcast to be about.
Absolutely.
To shine that light and to inspire others to understand and know that they're not alone. That
No.
they're, we all as women, we go through these challenges, these roadblocks, if you will.
Right.
And, that we can always persevere through
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what we want you to do. We want you to
Yes.
roll the dice.
Okay.
But hold on.
That'll be my life.
Yes. You roll it. You shake them things like you play crap. Right.
So this is you right here, huh?
Okay. Go.
Yeah.
Yes. 3.
Okay, 3.
Yeah, we go three
So there you go.
again.
Yep. And what is that?
Inspiration, intersection.
Okay, so for our community, let's talk about, so it's, the intersection, right?
Yes.
So inspiring them for just what would be your thing to inspire, because we go through crossroads and there'll be like, you can turn left to go this way.
Yes. Oh my word. Yep.
You can turn right and go this way. You can go straight, or you can try to turn around. Right? We talked about what that turnaround looks like.
Yeah.
Going back.
Yeah. Don't want to do that.
Don't do that. Right. So let's talk about like when you're in this intersection.
Yes.
And tying that into inspiration is what can we leave with the women in our community about just in this particular intersection. What does that look like to inspire between themselves, between their family? What is that?
Purpose. When you're at that intersection, you ask yourself one question: what is my purpose? Why did God place me here? It doesn't matter what you have going on in your life, because everyone was born with a purpose. Some never find it, some do. Purpose.
But how does one go about trying to figure out?
You reading my mind?
Yes.
Because
I love it.
like a lot of us struggle with trying
Yeah.
to figure out
It's
why am
so-
I here.
it's so-
Because that's a big word.
It is.
Purpose is one of the smallest. But it's a huge
It's a huge word.
And people feel overwhelmed
By it.
It's an overwhelming word. Because if you don't know, then you're just like,
Right.
So, yeah.
So check this out. How does one know what one's purpose is? The thing that you can do with your eyes closed and it makes you happy, and you don't care whether you get paid for it or not. That's your purpose. You see them children? Paying it forward to the generations that's here and that's coming, that's my purpose. I love paying it forward, whether I get paid or not. I still have to invoice parents from last week. But I'm so focused on the content and getting them, their interviews lined up and, designing the workshop and making sure, okay, well, this week this didn't happen, but so, okay, this, and you switch it up, purpose. Passion. Whatever you are passionate about, whatever will wake you up in the morning and you're just excited about it, that's your purpose. That is why a 9 to 5 is not your purpose. People get up, most get up, most, not all. I can't do a blanket statement here.
Right.
Because there are some people whose 9 to 5, it's their purpose, and that's
they love,
okay.
and they love what
it.
they do.
There you go.
But it's a small
But from the
minority.
time, right? From the time you wake up and whatever it is you have to do, you're like, and you start to do that next. Think about your life.
Right.
Think about your life's purpose. Think about why it is you're here. So that thing that has you passionate, that's what your purpose is.
I got a question for you really quick that dropped in my spirit. Because I can tell you're constantly pouring out.
Yeah.
What pours into you? Who, like,
I
How do you-
understand.
Where do you get?
I understand.
Yeah.
My mother, Umi, we call her Umi. Umi is the sound of life. When you say say it with me, inside here vibrates.
it does.
Your core. The importance of words. So when we say Umi, each time we call our mother Umi, we literally, that's the sound of the universe. We literally pour life back into them. Mummy, the English language is a funny thing and it is the newest of languages. Mummy, what is a mummy?
Well, I see a
Thing with the
Bob,
red
we don't want to
bone,
be tying up our mother each time. We say, mummy, 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 and then they want,
yeah.
a lot of mothers, they go, mummy, 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 mummy. No, Umi releases her and builds her up. She's going to be here again tomorrow. I don't know if you met her. No, you didn't meet her as yet.
No, I need to meet her.
You will meet her tomorrow and you will see.
Okay.
And you'll go, yeah, I understand. She's a powerhouse. Very humble, very quiet woman, a powerhouse. So she pours into me. I have to take my quiet time as well so that I pour into me. And I allow the Most High to pour into me.
Okay, so for you,
Yes.
in your quiet time, how do you receive being poured into? Like, what does that
Look like for me. So I start with gratitude. I am grateful for, and I just call 3 things I'm grateful for. Whether it's for the day, the month, or in my life generally. Normally I'll go with the whole I'm grateful for the purpose and walking a purpose-driven life. I am grateful and thankful for all the doors that are opening and the right connections crossing my path and coming into my life so that I'm able to continuously pour into others. This is my narrative in my quiet time. I may be led to read a scripture or two. If I am, I do that. And then I literally close everything and just stay silent. Because how else are we to hear
Right.
Yeah.
and to
Right.
get the
If you don't-
download and
if
to
you don't
actually
sit
literally
still.
experience the download coming in? And I get most of my downloads by water. It's real. Whether I'm washing my face, having a shower, swimming in the pool, or by a lake or a river or a waterfall. Downloads. I'm like, whoa, whatever problems I had or issues, I get solutions. That's how it works for me.
Isn't there like a scripture in the Bible about that too? Like, be still.
Be still. It talks
Like,
about
you have
that.
to
Be still and know that I am
when
God.
you
How
are
do you
God.
know?
Yeah.
How do you know? You spend time with the
Yeah.
person. Be still and know that I am Fern. How do you know? You be silent like how you are and you take it all in because Fern is talking. Be still and know How do I know? I will stay still, be silent, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. This is how I know. Be still and know that I am.
I remember there was a period of time where I experienced insomnia. And this is when I was working in corporate. And I couldn't shut my brain down. I was thinking about what
Everything.
email. I was thinking about what client I had to follow. I was thinking about, am I doing it? There was just so much clogged up in my head that I couldn't shut it down and just relax to go to sleep. So it just like for years.
Oh my. I'm so sorry you only met now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
how did you overcome it, or did you ever overcome it?
so
She put in her 2-week notice.
I put in my literally like 3 years ago.
Okay.
I walked away.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get there though.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
But when you finally get there, at least you got there and you're happy.
Yeah.
And you got years back. Because the corporate world could
Sucks
milk
you.
you
It sucks you
dry.
there.
Yeah.
You literally begin to see yourself after exiting.
Wow.
And the thing that people have to remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup.
You cannot.
No. 'Cause
And
that's
this
why
is
I
why I
was
didn't want to
wondering.
do radio for years.
Yeah.
Because I had nothing to say.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, yes, you do. I'm like, no, I know whatever I'm going through because I was going through a lot of stuff. I'm not done. Because you will know, I'm not even done, but in terms of that season,
Yeah.
you will
And there's
know.
there's so many people out here that's where it gets frustrating, is that they don't have anything to say, but they're still ramble off at the mouth, and you're letting out garbage, or you're letting out.
And they will be held responsible for that.
And it's kind of like, just go sit down somewhere and
Sip
shut
on some
up.
tea.
Right. It's like,
Talking
shut
about
up.
sip on some tea, I do need another break.
Yeah. Okay. But we're about to get up out of here
Okay.
really quick. So let's just close out with the gratitude circle.
All right.
Because typically we do something a little bit different. So as we leave, but first I need to give you a gift.
Ooh, we
yes,
love
yes.
gifts. We
Yes.
love gifts.
This is your GameChangher
I'm
t-shirt.
telling you, love it. Thank
Yes.
you.
So we thank you so much.
And
for
pink is one of my
coming.
lovely colors. There you
Yes.
go.
Awesome,
Look at that.
And
Look at
being
that.
a
Yes,
part.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just
yes,
saying.
yes. Perfect match. Be a part
Thank
of our
you.
Game Changer community. So let's just, typically we do one for the journey and one for the road. It's kind of what we do. But I think it'll be appropriate to leave in the gratitude circle.
Love it.
By just kind of quickly saying 3 things that we're each grateful for. And then take it up out of here.
Absolutely.
Would you like to go first?
Absolutely.
Look, so we can try to measure up like
I'm here thinking
Oh, no,
like,
my
okay,
our gratitude need to be deep. That's what I
Not necessarily. Not
Our
necessarily.
gratitude points might be a little bit shallow. Let me hear what she says first.
Now, a lot of
No.
amazing miracles took place just being here. Because I think I shared with you, we've been trying to get up. I was even, like I said, we in Grenada, and I'm still trying to get places to do the workshop I'm getting. But then when they heard the length of time during the day and the amount of children, they're like, nah. And when we came here this Sunday, we came in, we flew in on Saturday, we came in this Sunday, and we saw Mr. Clarence. I call him Sir Clarence.
Sir Clarence.
I
Oh,
give,
he loves
I
that.
give,
I know he
right?
loves it.
I give thanks for Sir Clarence. I am grateful for Sir Clarence because he saw.
Yeah.
He saw beyond the natural eyes. He saw.
Yeah.
And he's like, I love what you and your mom are doing without him reading anything. I just explained, this is what we want, this is what we're doing with the kids, talk to us. I give thanks for, and because of that, this opening has taken place. I give thanks for you, Natalie, because again, if you didn't listen to your inner gut and your inner spirit, this wouldn't be here.
that
Yeah.
part.
That part. I give thanks for that. I give thanks for the parents who have allowed their children into my care
Right.
during this summer for these workshops that we're doing. Because it takes a lot from a parent to trust someone for the entire day,
Yes.
to know that what you put in my child is positive energy.
Yeah.
I take it a step further because I go spiritual as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So these are the
That's
3
awesome.
I give thanks for.
I love it.
So, yes. Okay, so let me give my 3. So, first of all, I give thanks to you
Thank you.
for even just, I'm very glad that, yes, Sir Clarence did. He was like, no, we have to make this happen.
Oh.
And so, but I was very grateful for you just taking the time out to just, speak into me, just pour into me and saying yes to being here.
Yes.
I'm thankful for your openness and your transparency. And when you spoken to me the other day and you grabbed my hand and you'll listen to God and let those words flow.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And then I will say I am grateful for you. When I call her, I'll say, let's do X, Y, Z, and she'll say, okay, let's do it. Yeah. Sometimes we get in trouble.
That's okay.
But just having my back and just being a great friend, a great sister.
That's huge.
And a great support.
That is huge.
I feel like the man that's holding up the earth, but I know that you are there to hold up my arms to take off the weight.
That's huge. That's
and so thank you. And I will say that I'm grateful for AJ.
AJ in the house.
Yes, AJ is our engineer. And when we came on this journey, I said AJ is 23 years old. And when I say one of the most God-fearing, talented men of God that I know at 23, married, has a beautiful baby on the way.
Yep.
But then 8 instruments, 7.5? Yes.
7.5.
But when I say it's called and pulled from just so many talents around the world, and I look up and I'll see AJ on a jet or AJ private security through the air. I mean, but when I call,
AJ's there.
AJ, it does, boss lady. What you need. So I don't ever want you to ever think, AJ, that anything that you do for me will go. I am so grateful and I love you. I stole AJ from other. I stole AJ from another pastor. I know he's like, wait a minute, how you gonna take
my AJ?
I'm like, I didn't even ask for permission. But no, I'm so grateful. So thank you, AJ. I love you.
So what I'm grateful for is really, I love the podcast and the opportunity that we have to meet beautiful, wonderful women like yourself, like Fern, and just having the ability to have really enlightening and, just eye-opening conversations about things that we just take for granted or we don't think about, and being able to really understand what it means to be a woman and understand that at the end of the day we're all going through the same journey. That for me is everything. Our friendship, I'm so grateful for you, having met you, and it's not been that long. I've only known her a few years, 3-4 years, but just what that has opened up for me, being business oriented,
depth,
always
and
before,
quality,
but just really meeting her ignited a lot of that that I had already in me, but she brought that out. Yeah, I'm just so grateful for
her
that.
husband may be a little bit perturbed by that.
He'll be
Love you, great.
He'll be all right.
And this year has been so powerful. It's there's been so much good and also challenges as well.
And
I'm
that's
grateful
okay.
for the challenges.
Yeah,
because
it makes you stronger and wiser.
Yes, yes.
And now that you're at this age, and not age as a number, age spiritually, because of the experiences that you've been through in life. When the challenges come, you handle with it differently.
Yes.
Because we know you could throw boulders if you want to, but that was the old you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the old me yesterday. I'm a new woman today. I ain't throwing boulders today. I'm throwing gratitude hearts.
Hello.
Yes. Get this gratitude heart upside your head.
No, that was perfect. That was perfect.
I'll tell you what I see. And this is how friendships are supposed to be. When one meets another and they synergize and they begin to, because she ignited things and brought things out, and vice versa, I'm quite sure. This is what friendships and the meeting of the minds are supposed to do. Addition and multiplication, not subtraction, unless it's the old stuff and y'all don't need it anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So That's what I see, and it's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and you will just burn brighter and brighter.
So you're coming back.
Yes.
Just so you know.
Yes.
I think
I am here.
We're gonna do like.
I'm here for it.
Yes. I can see it. We're gonna do something outside and.
Yeah,
just-
and even like, so I think it would be a great idea to do a workshop, a gratitude.
Yes.
Like a workshop here to show the audience.
That's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
exactly
A
what you
gratitude
did.
Let's do
workshop.
that. Let's do that.
Yes. Okay. So we're
Let's
gonna
do that. So then y'all have just pushed me now to do, because with the gratitude workshop, I voiced some of the gratitude quotes. I did just some. Now you've pushed me to do the whole book because with that, like I told you, I have the gratitude radio station.
Yes.
So, you listen and you're getting food,
Yes.
the air. So you're getting food. So during the gratitude workshop, the sip and paint, I will be playing this. So in as much as folks will be chatting and stuff, some may need like a leading. So you're listening to quotes, gratitude quotes and gratitude sayings.
Yes.
Some are scriptures, some are African proverbs, Chinese proverbs, you name it, but it's all gratitude quotes.
Yes.
So you're feeling the
love it.
atmosphere and
Oh no, we're doing that.
So
need that
where
everywhere.
can our audience reach you or find you if they're looking you up online? Where can they go?
so you can go and I'm just throwing everybody to gratitude. So it's thegratitudecenter.org. So you
Okay.
can check us out there. We'll have all the stuff there. You can also check out fernchase.tv.
Okay.
I will reignite that by midnight tonight.
Sounds good. All right, so y'all please, you know where to follow Miss Fern Chase, but also the Game Changer podcast is on your Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and Game Changer Pod is on TikTok. And check out the GameChangerPodcast.com. So as we get up out of here, we love you, we thank you, and we'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for having me.